Welcome to part 5. And also episode 6. We'll have 7 and 8 where this whole series will end. And I might record the whole series in 2 days. Well, I thought I had to go somewhere, but that's not into 26 minutes. I have about 3 episodes I can record right now. And I have 3 episodes, that means about about 8 minutes to finish up. 8 minutes per episode, so about 25 minutes to finish up what's happening here. And that's going to be in other parts, as you know. But as you see right there, that rebellion needs to have a talk with French soldiers. And last time I said I had to go somewhere. Now I realize that's not for a while, so I can explain it. Basically, they have a talk with them. They say, come on, join back the It's like, now, we're members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints now, and they're like, I quit the army. So eventually, they don't quit. They start an invasion spree, starting with this area. They go all the way to the sea. And boom, they just quit. There's one, they get a battleship there, and they just take it away. Not that way. They just take it off, and then they raid the Panama Canal. Huge battleship. They eventually come back around and loot a huge place down there. Go back to France. When they get back to France, they were like, wow, that church is good. And they actually get turned by themselves. Actually, a couple missionaries there turned half of the French army. And then they all went home. And then multiple missionaries in France did it. And France almost outlawed for missionaries to come. I guess they know this in the 90s. Russia outlawed for any of our missionaries to go over there. And the country was like, wow. And there was missionaries in all these cities still, all these cities back there with a bunch of other people, or the America side. And in fact, the president finds a photo on the internet. I forgot what. It's just like a selfie, and he sees in Washington D.C. their own missionaries. He eventually tracks these guys down. Guess what he does? He asks them to come to the White House to teach him. Now this is a big thing for the church. Like I'm pretty sure. I don't know about this, but none of the United States presidents. I almost said prophets. Presidents are actually in our church because it's a huge thing to do. Eventually, he joined the church, but he could barely go to the meetings. He went to once a year. That's about because every Sunday they go once a year. He eventually, after he was like 2 years in, and he gets re-elected because of this great war that he did. Immediately crushed it. I'll tell you later. And guess what? French soldiers all everywhere decide, hey, maybe they're right about something. So a huge war goes on. They just try and struggle. They struggle to get away, and boom, they're blocked by the church. They say, hey, can I tell you about the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints? And they get so annoyed about this that they push them. Now, they can't shoot them because they're civilians that offered to teach them. And that's just wrong, and maybe the UN will kill them or something. So they have to leave. They left. 300 soldiers left. And all of them went back to France and got taught and bathed. Now, there's about 16 million. Today, there's about 16, 17 million. I don't know the exact number. I think there's only like 16, 17 million people in the world in this universe, what I'm talking about. And boom! This church starts preaching everywhere. Preach, 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 preach. A bunch of people over here start preach, preach. In Texas, people start preaching areas and multiple. And hopefully the whole thing was disastrous. And you guys will find out do the French soldiers open fire? Do they just take them down, or will they lose? Next episode. I know this was a short episode too, but guys, I appreciate it. See you guys in episode 7.